Scarlett Johansson has thrown away her black bodysuit for Black Widow and traded it in for a Marilyn Monroe-style mole and a blonde bob, or B-52, or whatever that early 60s trad wife hairstyle is actually called in Fly Me to the Moon. She has really changed over the years, jumping from lost student in Lost in Translation, or apparently Asian robot human nude bodysuit character that she plays in Ghost in the Shell. Naturally, after playing a superhero, you might think that Scarlett Johansson is ready for a biopic like Fly Me to the Moon, which you might think is about seducing Frank Sinatra Jr. into doing just one more tour back in Reno. But oh how wrong you are. This movie is about astronauts going to the moon in the famous Apollo 11 mission, and Scarlett isn't even one of those astronauts. Despite playing a bad superhero as the Black Widow or her Ghost in the Shell super robot, I'm not sure what she's supposed to be in that movie. But how could a movie starring Scarlett Johansson that is about astronauts star Scarlett as something other than an astronaut? Baffling. I know, but professional women in the 60s were breaking ground with every person they held up on the corporate ladder. In this case, the movie is about marketing maven Kelly Jones, who was in charge of publicizing the moon landing. That's relatively absurd considering you would think everyone would be super excited about going to the moon. But again, you are wrong. People were apparently pretty scared because space is kind of scary. So Scarlett looks like a Marilyn Monroe prototypical 60s business lady who kicks ass with her brain, which to be honest is a great story. But the trailer is ripe with comedic and dramatic moments that don't really gel, as if some part of the script were lost in translation as it got onto set. Who sent you? Speaking of lost in translation, the Sofia Coppola flick where Scarlett and Bill Murray take us through a near love affair in Tokyo is far more interesting. I think indie films were really just big, and everyone was excited about how they looked, how little they cost, and how performances seemed to really matter. Whether that's watching Scarlett's character put on a pink wig to sing at a karaoke bar, or running into Bill Murray after going for a swim, there's something about the lack of biography or superheroes that makes this movie really special.
Cool pool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's not a sequel, and it's not a stupid biopic. It makes Scarlett actually feel like one of us, and not some super famous superstar who's attracted, talented, and in my favorite movie, Home Alone 3. That's right.
Alex slammed the toilet seat down on his thing again.
Home Alone 3 is a sequel to the good Home Alone movies, or rather, the real Home Alone movies with Macaulay Culkin. But everyone gets their start somewhere, and this film is a quintessential 90s kid staple.
Include his buttock region?
It has nothing to do with Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci, or Home Alone, or other than a young man is, stuck at home, and in an international crime ring which accidentally puts a nuclear-level microchip into a young man's race car.
You're a hero!
Yeah, I said that, but the one saving grace is that a young Scarlett plays this young man's snarky, wonderful older sibling. And now that you know this, I bet you'll never look at Black Widow the same again.